So, hello, hey guys. So, today you and I are going to talk about coaching. So, let's get into it. So, the question in question was, Frederick, how are the coaching responsibilities of a tech lead different from that of a manager in a software engineering team? Well, coaching as a tech lead is more technical and more hands-on with code and things like that than the manager. So the coaching from a manager is usually a little bit of a joke, I would say, depending on your organization, because coaching from a manager can usually just, it's like high level stuff. Usually they might coach you in the sense that they tell you about how to how to improve your soft skills or your communication skills, or like sort of like the manager's perspective, guys, is usually to try to help you with things that you ask for and to make sure that you fit into the environment that you work in. The tech lead is the person who should ideally know how to code at least as well as you do, and their primary role should be focused on that you fit into the team and that you can work within the code base that you find yourself. So one is, as you can probably sort of think of it this way. It's not perfect, a perfect analogy, but the the manager is trying to make you fit into the company. The team lead is trying to make you fit into the daily job, or like the daily work within your team usually, or the tech lead. And so the tech lead might be the person who does your code reviews, it might be the person who does your pair programming with you, or things like that. That's the sort of person who is coaching that you might get from a tech lead. And from the manager, it might be that we want to like look at expanding your knowledge in certain areas, and usually that can happen together with the tech lead. You can like get courses or get tips on like how you can improve, and maybe you can take responsibilities for different projects, or get involved in community type of things within the company, because especially the larger companies, they have a lot of these extracurricular things where you might have hackathons or other sorts of events and things like that, where you can sort of in some way be involved or help out with forums, or you might have different Slack groups or whatever have you, where you discuss different practices and tooling and things like that, or go to conferences, etc., etc. So usually those are the main differences. So it doesn't always work exactly that way, but I think that on average you can think of it in terms like that. It doesn't have to be. I have seen deviations here and there where like the manager has such a lot of technical knowledge and they have sort of tried a little bit to do coaching, but usually I find that the engineering managers, they have way too many people to do those like hands-on, like really deep coaching sessions. I've seen a few managers who have sort of tried, and it always ends the same way. They realize that I can't really manage everything between 10 to several hundreds of people, and like do all the hiring and all the other stuff that I have to do as the engineering manager, and at the same time go and do pair programming sessions on code that you're probably never even looking at, because a lot of the engineering managers, they are not actually all, like some of them are prior software developers, but a lot of them are not. The tech lead on the other hand is it's the it's the sergeant. It's the lowest, usually the lowest level in terms of management and responsibility that you can have above like just doing pure coding, because it usually goes software developer, tech lead. Like it's literally just a level over. So that's the person that really should know all the things that you might need in terms of technical coaching. But for senior software developers, they usually don't need a lot of coaching from the tech lead. It depends on the seniority, because senior is a fluff term, as you know. So they might be more interested or gain more from like a manager's coaching, because the manager's coaching is going to usually be much more high level. They're not going to sit with you and like help you pair program. What they're going to do is they're going to say, hey, take me as an example. Hey, Frederick, we would like to see you take more responsibilities, and we would like you to go towards more leadership and coaching of junior software developers, as an example. We have this role over here. Can you take on this team, or can we move you, or could you start connecting with these sorts of people and involve yourself in that project or this project? Like, they're sort of looking out for you in a different way. They're looking for, all right, you have this person who knows all these things, and you sort of get in tune, you know your manager, and they kind of go, well, you know what, this Frederick or this other John or Jane or whoever, that person is sort of that profile, and we have this thing over here where his expertise or her expertise would be pretty good, or it would be a good learning opportunity for them to grow them into a more well-rounded leader of software developers or something like that. We should probably let them be involved in those sorts of conversations and those sorts of meetings. So they're almost a little bit like a lookout. They are going to look out for interesting opportunities around the company for you and provide you with that sort of feedback on, or like those sorts of opportunities. So what I want you to take away from this is that usually you can think of a tech lead and a manager's coaching as the manager is going to give you like coaching at the company level. How do you fit into the company and your role within the company? It's more soft skills, more projects, more like connecting with the right people, and feedback on your performance, and so forth and so forth. The tech lead is more hands-on. The coaching you might get from that person might be on like very specific tools, or like pair programming or code reviews or things like that. They're much closer to the code and technical stuff that you're doing. And usually you find that you, as a junior, you might need more help from the tech lead on a regular basis than maybe from your manager in the early days. But the more senior you get, the less you might need someone to show you how to, do something in code, and the more you're going to benefit from these more high level coaching sessions with your manager saying that, hey, we have all this stuff going on, it would be great if you took responsibility for this or for that. They're sort of trying to help you nurture your career at a higher level. And both are very useful. It's just that you sort of have to get when one person might be more equipped to help you than the other person. Have a great day.